The Hyper X Alloy versus the Plugable keyboard. The difference between them is $50 and a set of features. Is it worth it to spend an extra $50 or twice the price of a Plugable for the Hyper X Alloy? I'm Rio Gion, and this is Rio Gion Keyboards. The Plugable definitely has that office style look with the white backlighting really helping its office style theme, and the floating design is also very nice. However, I absolutely despise the fact that the arrow keys also have WASD on them. I find that particularly annoying, and its construction is plastic instead of aluminum like the Hyper Alloy X, and even though it's double shot, the portion where it's not double shotted, as in the arrow keys on the WASD, those will wear out. For the Hyper X Alloy, it does also remain that minimalistic design with some gamery touches, as in that spacebar, the right hand corner, and the fact that it is red LED lighting to stand for the aggressive motif. Along with that, it does have an aluminum construction, which is fantastic, and the keys, although just ABS without double shotting, they don't seem to wear out that often. Along with that, it also has the open feel design, which is fantastic for cleaning, but it is without its flaws, and the Hyper X Alloy is a gaming keyboard, so if you despise gaming keyboard, you will probably hate this one too. The Plugable edges out the Hyper X Alloy with the keycap being double shot, while the Hyper X Alloy keycap is just standard ABS with paint smear on the keycaps, which means that the Plugable keycap will last longer and will be more durable than the Hyper X Alloy, and the keyboard is half its price as well. The great thing about the Plugable is that the LED light is on the inside of the switch, which means that is one less point of error, and it is still quite bright even though the LED is inside of the switch. However, with the Hyper X Alloy, the LED bulb is right in front, which means that is a point of error because it's prone to go lights out. The Hyper X Alloy has co-star stabilizers, which is an absolute pain to clean. Well, the Plugable has the Cherry MX style stabilizer, which is very pleasant to clean. Overall, I give the edge to the Plugable because Cherry MX stabilizer is what playing safe should have been, even though Hyper Alloy X is playing it safe. Both the Plugable and the Hyper X Alloy do have rubber on the flip-up feet, which is very nice. It is very thoughtful that they have included that feature. At the beginning I thought the Plugable would not, but it did, which is very nice for being half the price. Along with the flip-up feet, there are rubber pads to keep the board planted, and both of the boards do stay planted, which is once again very nice. And the Hyper X Alloy edges out with the construction because the plastic on the Plugable feels extremely cheap. But then again, at the price point, I guess I can let that fly. Or the Hyper X Alloy has so much better plastic construction, which of course, for its price point, that should be expected. And the Plugable has a cable management Velcro, which is very nice. However, the cable is standard rubber and not braided, but it certainly makes up for that with a gold-plated USB. Now for the HyperX Alloy, the cable is detachable, which is also very nice. It's braided, which is also very nice. It's silver tip USB, which is also not very nice. HyperX Alloy definitely wins, hands down, for its lighting features, because the Plugable only has 2, if you count off as being one of them. On the HyperX Alloy, you have coarse pulsating, which is the Plugable has that, and you also have a reactive mode with each individual LED lighting up, which is one of my favorite lighting effects. I really like that. That's very, very nice and refined and very awesome. And then there's also a reactive mode where it sort of spreads out, which I do enjoy it too, but not as much as the one before. However, it is quite nice that they have 2 different forms of reaction. And then we have some sort of wave, which is alright, I guess. And then we have a reaction with wave. There's a lot of reaction going on with this particular board, which is very nice for those of you that like boards that are reactive. And then we have the speed going up, and then we have a profile, which is in particular case is the FPS profile on the HyperX Alloy FPS board. The Plugable keyboard does type surprisingly well, considering the fact that it uses Ultemu blue switches, which, to be honest, this is my first board that I have personally experienced with the Ultemu switches, and overall, by itself, it doesn't seem that good, but when comparing it to the HyperX Alloy, the Ultemu blue on this particular application is very smooth. It's not as stiff as the one that is on the HyperX Alloy, even though the Plugable keyboard is stated as 60 grams. It doesn't feel like 60 grams at all. In fact, the HyperX feels more like a 60 gram board, even though it's stating that it's 50 grams. Overall, which is a surprising fact to know that the cheaper keyboard actually feels better to type on. Now you can go ahead and disagree with me if you want to, but if you type with the 2 boards back to back, side by side, you will know exactly what I'm saying. And it is a surprising fact that I'm actually saying it, because the cheaper board feels better to type on. These keyboards will perform as well as any regular keyboard is in terms of gaming, because both uses some variation of a blue switch, which means it is meant for typing. It is not meant for gaming. And no matter how they will market it to you, that blue switch in gaming keyboards are meant for gaming, they are downright lying to you. They're lying straight at your face. Because blue switches are not meant for gaming. This is why the HyperX Alloy suddenly have brown and red switches. Because it would make more sense that red switches are for gaming, especially FPS. Red switches are especially nice to play FPS on. But as I'll say before, and I will say it again, FPS is the matter of the mouse. Only the mouse would really affect your game dramatically when it comes to FPS. For RTS, the keyboard does matter now, especially if you're playing a game like StarCraft where you are constantly hammering hotkeys. That is when the keyboard really matters. And that is when you want to search for either a brown or a red switch, because you want to double tap as quickly as you can, or in some cases you may want to seek a black switch if you do not want to make too many errors. Once again, blue switch is just never for gaming, and Plugable knows this. This is why it's marketed as a mechanical keyboard and not a mechanical gaming keyboard, because it doesn't really have gaming features. And that is what I like about Plugable, is that they know their product, they know how to market it, because it is what it is. You can't say it's something else when it's obviously not. And the bottom line is, for $50 extra for the HyperX Alloy, I seriously do not want to spend that extra $50. It doesn't make financial sense at all. They both are blue switches, and I understand that some may argue with me that Ultimu blue switches will not be as reliable, and of course there is quality assurance, which is what the Cherry does best, with quality assurance and each keys are consistently the same. And I would agree with you on some parts, but seeing how my particular HyperX Alloy seems to be stiffer than what Cherry MX should have been, I'm not too sure anymore. Maybe it's just my particular keyboard, maybe it's not, maybe it's just me because I tend to get really bad luck when I buy stuff. But then again, if quality assurance is there, all of the keyboards should uniformly have 50 grams of actuation. Now go ahead and comment down below and prove me wrong, because I really want to be wrong in this case. I want the product to be good. I want the people watching my reviews to have a positive outlook on keyboards, even though, let's be honest, a good majority of my reviews are negative. However, if there's a good keyboard out there, I will definitely let you know. So comment down below, let me know, subscribe if you like my content, don't if you don't, and leave a like if you do, leave a dislike if you don't. Anyways, take care everyone.